Bambiz presents Elder Law Growth, the podcast that helps elder law and estate planning attorneys attract clients without wasting time or money. I'm your host, Jim Blake. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to the Elder Law Growth Podcast, presented by Bambiz, marketing that actually works for estate planning and elder law attorneys. Learn more at bambiz.net. Well, it's Jim Blake, and we're fresh off of the Estate Planning and Elder Law Marketing Summit. The energy was incredible, but now is time where we're getting into quarter two, and a lot of firms start to maybe take their foot off the accelerator in the summer. So let's go ahead and talk about how we can avoid that pitfall and keep the momentum going so that you can have a very strong 2025. So in this episode, I want to give you quick wins and strategic reminders so that you can keep the momentum going even as vacations, slower calendars, and family time starts to kick in the summer. So let's quickly recap a little bit about the Estate Planning and Elder Law Marketing Summit. If you didn't join us, we were in Orlando at the beginning of March. We had a great lineup of speakers. The room was packed. It was an excellent event. The second year we did this. Last year it was in Denver. This year, Orlando. And in 2026, to be determined, but we are excited to see where we're going to go with it. The feedback was phenomenal, and a lot of attorneys were able to immediately take away the things that we were talking about in those presentations back to their firm and already start implementing a lot of those things. So we talked about lead generation there. We talked about AI. We talked about running effective workshops, how to close those workshops into clients, how to use technology in your firm to save time and resources. So where do we want to go from here? Well, one of the things that I really enjoyed talking about was how we can actually use marketing to attract the right clients and do it in a way that actually brings in more and more leads to the firm so that you are maximizing your marketing budget, your marketing efforts, and getting real people that you can follow up with. And I think that the biggest thing that people had questions about or struggles with was not really the marketing. It was what happens after we are successful with our marketing. And what I mean by that is using the marketing leads, the potential clients that are generated from your marketing, and actually following up with those people, reaching out to them, having a system, feeling like you're not following up with them too much and bothering them, quickly following up with them, making your team actually want to follow up with them. And that seemed to be the number one struggle. We're working on some things here at Bambiz to help alleviate some of that. But in the meantime, I just wanted to bring that out into the open and say, if you can take one thing away from this particular podcast episode, it's going to be working with your internal team and letting them understand and fully believe in your marketing efforts so that when they're reaching out to people that have signed up for webinars, signed up for seminars, downloaded important materials from your website, opted into something that says, hey, I want to go ahead and schedule a consultation with your firm, that when they do those things, they are highly interested. And your team needs to follow up and have tonality in their voice so that when they do follow up with them, even if it is leaving a voicemail, it's exciting. It's not answering the phone and saying, law office. It's answering the phone and saying, this is the law office of Blake and Blake. You know, we are so excited you downloaded our guide, 5 Elements of a Foolproof Estate Plan. And we'd love to find out why you downloaded that particular guide. If there's a question that you might have, how can we help you? And then get their information back and be excited about it. And run contests at the firm with your team to say, how many people can you turn from our marketing efforts to this? And then provide them with a bonus or something. You know, maybe it's a nice gift card to a nice dinner out with the family once a month for the person that can get as many of those people that are opting in already to convert. The marketing itself, we'd love it for it always to just turn into conversions and new clients for your practice. But what we're doing is we're trying to go out there and gather the attention of people that are highly interested. And so are other marketing companies, so if you're working with somebody else, that's fine too. But their job is to get you people that are highly interested. And when they come in, then it's your firm's job to sell yourself, to differentiate yourself from all the other elder law and estate planning firms out there so that they actually want to sit down and have an appointment with you, learn about how you're able to guide them to their end result that they're looking for and become a client. And so the differentiating factor between you and somebody else is going to be how you follow up, how exciting it's going to sound to work with you, that your firm is going to be the one that they choose ultimately when they want to do their planning. So following up quickly, following up with excitement, having tonality in your voice that shows that you're excited, you're privileged to have them have reached out, to have opted in, even if they didn't attend your event. Say they signed up for a live seminar or a workshop, they didn't show up. Don't be sad about that. Follow up, keep following up with them, get them into the next one, get them onto your email newsletter list. And that was like an overall theme where it was like a lot of light bulb moments went off at Summit where it was like, you know what? I know deep down that the person I have reaching out to the people that have opted in is doing a very bad job of conveying the value that we can provide them at our firm. And taking that and installing that mindset into the team that's doing those follow-ups is going to be key. And we're working on some things at Bambiz that I think is going to really help with that process and refine what follow-up looks like. But in the meantime, if you just change one thing, dial with a smile, some people say in like the sales world, but just follow up with a smile. Have your team smile, be excited. They're not bothering people. These aren't cold calls. These are very highly interested people, even if they seem like they're not. Sometimes when someone fills out a form on your website or in a marketing thing, they're literally, laying in bed or not driving, hopefully, but a passenger in a car. And so they do these things, they're interested, and then our attention spans are so small that they go off. So when you do follow with them, maybe they are a little confused at the beginning. Did I sign up for that? They sign up for a lot of things probably, but they did sign up for it. If you got their contact information, they did sign up for it. So just be a friend and somebody that can have these nice conversations with them. And I think that you're going to find that it's a lot more valuable for you to spend that time following up and having your team do that. I wanted to transition a little bit here into, what we see. I mean, we work with tons of estate planning and elder law firms all over the country. And during June and July, a lot of firms, that's when they want to take vacations. That's when they want to spend some time with the family. The kids are home from summer vacation, summer break from school and things like that. And it's okay to take vacations. I mean, I take vacations in the summer as well. I mean, it's just part of life, right? But what we need to realize is that when we're doing these type of things, we need to still double down because this is the time, it's kind of like the time between like Thanksgiving and Christmas. If you double down on that time when most people are taking it off, you can really have exponential growth. If you can double down during the summer slowdown area where you want to just take vacation and just enjoy the beautiful weather outside, let's be real. If you can have your team and your systems and your marketing double down during that time, you can really grab a good part of the market share. And then that will, once you start back in full force in August, September, October, November, it can really finish out the year strong. So what does that look like? Just talking about that for first off, just having meetings with your team and talking to your team and letting your team know, hey, this is how it typically works here. Obviously we're doing a lot of things over the summer, but we need to really prepare. Now is the time for us to prepare for that. So once we're coming back strong from those vacations and rest and recovery time, the rest of 2025 is going to be awesome because we prepped for it. What does that mean? If you're doing live events and you're not doing as many live events, pivot to something recorded. The leads are still coming in. Your team's still able to follow up with them, and it's scheduled and blocked out time blocks on the calendar to follow up with those people and get them scheduled in accordingly. Those are going to be better leads to schedule out in your calendar as appointments are available. doing something like that, instead of just turning it off, keeps your pipeline going. And then when you have those times when you come back into the office in August, September, October, you're ready to rock and roll. And when you turn your marketing back on for workshops or seminars, if that's something that you do at your firm, you can re-invite those people that have been watching some of that stuff that maybe didn't set up an appointment to one of those events without having to go out and get a whole bunch of new leads and that type of stuff. As soon as you start those back up, you can just, hey, let's reach out to those people that have already came in our system through our recorded presentation or a should ask question that we put out there, or an ebook or something that we put out into the universe. And those leads, if you want to call them leads, or potential clients that download that and provide their contact information to you, they typically come in at a cheaper cost per lead through marketing channels. So you can actually lower your budget for ads to get the same number of people, if that's what you want to do, or you can double down and get twice as many with the same amount of budget for like a webinar or seminar. And then follow up with those people, obviously, and then follow up with them again to get them into a seminar. And then your seminar budgets, when you go back into things, can actually be a little bit less, because some of those people that have opted in during those summer months convert. And now you can fill those rooms with some of those leads, and you don't have to spend as much to acquire new leads. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's something that we see a lot, is like, okay, let's turn off this marketing. And once you stop that momentum, it's a lot harder to get the ball rolling again. So definitely think about, what are we going to do to ensure that we have an awesome summer, but more importantly, we really finish out 2025 really strong once we're back from taking a little bit of R&R during those beautiful months. Again, so there's some quick wins that I just wanted to recap here to implement before the summer months. Yeah, schedule your events out. So schedule those summer workshops, schedule those summer webinars, anything that you're doing in those summer months. It's April. Let's go ahead and get that stuff planned. Preload your social media calendar, your marketing calendar for the summer now. Do that now. If you have Bambiz Marketing Essentials, obviously you can go in there as that stuff comes out and pre-plan that. That's really easy to do. We're going to give that information to you, but if you don't have that, go ahead and start planning that now. Record your videos now. During the Estate Planning and Elder Law Marketing Summit, in one of my presentations, I talked about recording frequently asked questions and should ask questions, just little quick 2 to 5 minute videos where you are writing down the top frequently asked questions that your ideal clients that you actually want to serve are asking you. And then you're doing the same thing. You're writing down the top questions that they should be asking you, your ideal clients. And then just pick 2 or 3 of those. And this month here in April, as I'm recording this, it's in April, and you still have some time to record those and get those up and running. That way that they're running for you during those summer months. And again, you can use tools like we have inside Marketing Essentials to help you, AI tools to help you create your brand voice and to help you write those prompts out. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to our team at Bambiz. Happy to help you. That's a whole nother podcast episode if we wanted to get into how you can train AI to write like your firm. And then, yeah, you can launch or you can revisit an old lead magnet. So maybe there's those frequently asked questions and should ask questions that we were just talking about. We can take those and we can turn those into lead magnets. So if you have like the top 5 frequently asked questions or should ask questions, we can take those and those videos. So you can talk through those videos when you record those, and then we can extract the information from those videos and we can create really valuable pieces of content that people are going to want to read. And we can put those on your website. We can put those into lead magnets. We can get more names, phone numbers, and email addresses from potential clients of people in your area to do that. And this is the type of stuff we should be doing now in April and May, so that we're launching that stuff in June and July and keeping the momentum going. So anytime that you have a little bit of quiet time, go ahead and start getting that done. Preload your summer, record those videos, get things ready to rock and roll, pre-schedule your events in between your breaks for the summer so that those are already scheduled and ready to go now, and you're not rushed and stressed during those summer months when you're trying to take a break, but you know you still have to get things done at the firm because the firm just can't close. And then also too, another thing to do over this, when it's a little bit slower, clean up your CRM, build out some new automations, and things like that, so that you're able to not only just follow but then automated, but you can add some personal touches in there as well. So I don't want summer to slow down your growth. It's the perfect time to get ahead when others are winding down, even still letting you take that R&R as well during those summer months. If you want help launching any of those ideas, that's what we do at Bambiz. Visit bambiz.net to learn more, talk to our team. Don't forget to follow the podcast, leave a review. It helps more attorneys just like you find the show. Until next time, keep growing, keep serving, and keep showing up for your community. This is Jim Blake from the Elder Law Growth Podcast. Thanks for listening.
That's a wrap on another episode of the Elder Law Growth Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things marketing for elder law and estate planning law firms. Here you can find all of the tools and skills you need to market your own practice without wasting your time. If you like this podcast, please leave us a review wherever you're listening. And if you're ready to take the pressure off and let our team handle your marketing, visit bambiz.net and book a free call with us today.